2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at the 76ers, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
Am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie. I love
Oh,
you.
thanks, Shaq. Now, let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the Eastern Conference on display featuring the Philadelphia 76ers. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Take a look at the Pacers. They haven't started out with the success they had hoped for, but the season obviously is still very young.
And seeing where Indiana is, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, that's the sense you get, isn't it? I mean, the important thing is that they don't panic here. Stick to the basics and work out of this slump without trying to do too much at one time.
And Clark, with the full bulk of the NBA season still ahead of us, what can players do to prepare themselves physically and mentally for this long, long season?
I think you've got to try to find ways and mechanisms to stay fresh. Obviously, you've got to do your work in the gym and in the weight room, but also in your rest and recovery. I think you just got to be diligent and consistent, and then find pockets where you can get away and refresh your mind and your body. Because you can't come out of the gate like it's the postseason. There's a pace and rhythm to the regular season that you have to learn how to manage.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Saric is the 4 with Embiid in the middle. Attic and Covington, the shooters on the wing. And it's Simmons in at the point guard position. Good work there as it goes.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Here's Philadelphia. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And you know, with two teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Now here's Turner after Ben Simmons' miss. Turner dishes to Oladipo. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And for Victor Oladipo, his jump forward clock, but perhaps the largest was his shooting.
Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned the incremental improvements in those small areas. You know, his percentages certainly went up inside and out, but he created a lot of chances for himself and his teammates with his driving ability. And he got very comfortable shooting off the bounce and not just relying on the catch and shoot. And boy, his confidence, you could just see it elevating with each passing month of the season. And this guy's a bona fide all-star.
And the first one drops.
And you know, the Pacers were one of the better teams in the East last year. Many wondered just how or why the Pacers were so good. I think you point to the chemistry this team has as something that you can't deny, along with having a star that endeared himself to his teammates in Oladipo.
Oladipo hits them both. And along with the chemistry the Pacers enjoy, another strength part is their guard play.
Well, Kevin, they've got a number of guards that can initiate the offense, and they all do it fairly efficiently. They don't turn it over much, and they all can shoot it and drive it. So that group of guards is really a strong part of this team.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Turner with the screen. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Can't afford to allow Oladipo any airspace. That's when he strikes. Effective at utilizing any screen and all screens that he gets.
Now here's Covington, hoping to put that miserable performance against Brooklyn behind him tonight. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Shoots over Redick, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Turner with the screen. Sabonis against Šarić. Left side, Turner. 5 to shoot. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Boy, the defense is going to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
It's stolen by Oladipo. It's hauled in by the 76ers, coming off that loss against the Nets.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now, they honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Tipped away. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Redick with it, picked up by Collison. Embiid sets the pick for Redick to the inside. Here's Simmons. Buries the 7-footer. Simmons got 8. Indiana trailing here. Left side Collison. Oladipo outside. Turner with the screen. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Sabonis' screen on Redick. Oladipo for 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid. 76ers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Covington dishes to Simmons. Over Collison. Again, Philadelphia.
And it just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And last year, we saw what a full season of Embiid looks like. I mean, scary to think that this is just the beginning of his career. He looks like he can go down as one of the greats to play if he can stay healthy.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Muscala, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Johnson comes in for Šarić. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Robert Covington. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Now, here's Collison. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And Embiid has already made the jump from star to superstar.
And part of that is his personality. I think his game does speak for itself. Gives you everything you want from a center on both ends of the floor. Effortless athleticism and has incredible skill and touch for a player his size.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the 76ers. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Pacers, 5 games behind.
And right now for the 76ers, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Oladipo outside. Turner with the screen for Oladipo. Off the iron that time.
And right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Fultz not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
Now here's Bogdanovich. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And, you know, that's good offense there. These are the shots you want to get all the time.
Now let's send it over to D.A., who was able to talk with Coach Brett Brown.
Well, Kevin, when I asked him about the defensive game plan, he said they have to clog up the middle and deny clean looks at the basket. If they can do that, he thinks they'll have the upper hand. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Collison, the pass to Sabonis. Inside. Oladipo, good. Oladipo's got 8 points.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Knocks it loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The 76ers third.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Shot clock at 5. Off the screen. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Chandler outside. Shoots from 12. And that one hits back iron. Pacers trail by 6. Oladipo outside. Over Fultz. Oladipo misses.
When he's got that kind of position, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
Fultz kicks to Simmons. Now Muscala. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. And that's on a bounds. Philadelphia over 10 possession.
A moment here to see the numbers for Chandler. 11th and three-point field goal percentage. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. Defender's been trying to get physical with him. But time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. Now here's Fultz. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Quinn with it. Right side, Collison. Pick by O'Quinn. Collison using the pick. The pick counts. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well. He demands accountability. And his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball. And actually, it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Collison.
You know, in addition to being a fantastic shooter, Covington is also an incredible athlete. Somebody who looks to drop the hammer when he's free near the hoop.
Evans passes to Oladipo. Here's the screen. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Evans. It's deflected, but they get it done. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The 76ers leading by 6. Here's McConnell. Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Here's Saric. Ejected by Young.
And despite that miss, a strong start for him offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going.
Now here's Collison. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And Young kicks to Collison. A three-pointer is right on target. Collison's got his second bucket of the night.
And Collison, I think, is at his best when he's shooting the ball from a set position. More of a set shooter than a guy who shoots it well on the move.
It's Covington on the wing. O'Quinn defending, and the dunk by Embiid.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Evans passes to O'Quinn. It's Oladipo on the wing, covered by Reddick. Picked by O'Quinn. Oladipo dishes to O'Quinn. Covington against Evans. Indiana needs to get a shot. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And Embiid throws it down.
When he's close to the rim, the attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing.
And the Pacers call time here. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him. The talent, the size, and you love his personality as well. But this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
McDermott's checked in for Indiana. Joseph comes in for Darren Collison. And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Sinks that one from the post. O'Quinn's got his first 2 points.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
Covington's shot is off. Pacers trail by 3. Evans kicks to McDermott. Screen by Young. Evans against Reddick on deep three-point range. Oh, he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
You got to appreciate the skill set of Evans. I mean, Tyreke Evans can play a few different spots for you. He's got nice handles for a guy his size.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the 76ers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
You know, they've been strong in the post so far tonight as well. I mean, you always need to get points down low to have balance on offense.
And the second free throw, good. And the 76ers last season making it to the conference semifinals, Clark, before they were dispatched by the Boston Celtics.
And I guarantee you, Kevin, if you told any fan that would be their fate at the start of the season, they'd have banked that and went with it. Team had a great learning experience as they got past Miami and then lost to the Celtics. I think this group will be highly motivated to take the next step going forward.
With the amount of characters and personalities on the Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge, they play with brashness, some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it can get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Covington passes to Embiid. Evans against Redick. Embiid kicks to Redick. Evans with the steal. Down low, here's Young, and Young slams it home.
No doubt about it on that finish by Young.
One so far. It's the Pacers. They lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to like express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
They're just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Taking full advantage of playing at home. The fans have really helped them here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Pacers, Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Young is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. And it's Evans missing. 76ers trailing. Outside, Redick. Kicks it to Fultz. Embiid with the screen on Joseph. Fultz. Gets rebounded by Indiana. O'Quinn's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Now here's McDermott. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. George grabs the board.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Fultz with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. Covington wide open. He fires. Another miss by Philadelphia. For Indiana, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. McDermott passes to Young. And Joseph kicks to Evans. It's over Redick. And it's Evans missing. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Sharch dishes to Fultz. Embiid the screen. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now McDermott, after the missed 3 from Joel Embiid, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And, you know, Thaddeus Young, the veteran forward out of Georgia Tech, over a decade of service in the NBA, and he's still one of the more dependable scorers you'll find in terms of over the course of the season.
Indiana shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And for Young, a veteran, as you mentioned, Clark still one of the more athletic players in the league.
Yeah, he really is. Very impressive how long Thaddeus has been as consistent as he's been. Does a nice job running the floor. Really good in shot selection. And has become a more vocal leader as he is one of the older guys in the league now.
Good on the second free throw.
And while Young is serviceable at the line, not terrible, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Here's Fultz. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Indiana leading. Bogdanovich passes to Evans. Screen by Young. Just 5 to shoot. Evans, that's a two-pointer. Chandler with the rebound.
He's not shooting a high percentage right now, and part of the reason could be that his shot quality is poor, and he's just got to be a little smarter about his shots.
And O'Quinn kicks to Joseph. That's tipped. And now Philadelphia on the break. Simmons is running. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Simmons got the game tied up here for the 76ers. For Indiana, they've gone an abysmal 0-6 in the field since the second quarter began. There's a screen. Tipped away. Here's Evans. Banked in off the glass. Evans has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pacers.
And I really enjoy watching Evans use that athleticism, especially when he's attacking. He's tough to stop.
Now here's Simmons. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn.
Kudos to him for his energy, especially on the glass where he was an absolute beast.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers have the retained possession here. McConnell kicks to Simmons. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Evans goes in over Fultz. Evans' shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Pacer lead.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
Chandler down low. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Fultz, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here's O'Quinn, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Tell you what, does not matter what the defense throws his way. The heart of Simmons allows him to play through that, and he's still going to knock the shot down.
Here's Evans after Ben Simmons' bucket. Back to Evans, and he converts the lead. Evans has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Pacers.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Clark, a favorite topic of yours. Great rebounders, glass eaters as you call them. Who's the best at creating those important second chance opportunities for his team?
Well, a couple of guys stand out for me in that regard, Kevin. DeAndre Jordan is terrific. Enes Kanter, probably, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the league, Enes Kanter. I mean, he goes and gets it in his area, out of his area, through guys, over them. Man, he's a terrific offensive rebounder. And I'd throw Anthony Davis in there, too. He does a great job on the defensive glass and gets his share of offensive boards as well.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Indiana?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Picked by O'Quinn. Bogdanovich up top. He's guarded by Chandler. Just 5 on the clock. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. And it's an 8-point Pacer lead. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Chandler with a screen for Simmons. Chandler with the screen on Joseph. Back to Simmons. Embiid the screen. Simmons using the pick. That one doesn't go. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Indiana. Miles Turner comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Tyreke Evans. Here's Turner. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Screen by Sabonis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul. Joseph. He's guarded closely. Deflected by McConnell. To the middle. They need this one. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Simmons.
And I like watching Simmons go to work down low. I mean, with his length and strength, there aren't many guys that can keep up with him down there.
There's Sabonis. Indiana again missing. The 76ers shooting well. They're at 45%. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Joseph. McConnell kicks to Chandler. 5 on the clock. Over Bogdanovich. Chandler, no good. Pacers leading by 6. Fires from deep. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Stolen by Joseph. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Pass to Joseph. Got a piece of it. And stolen by McConnell. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
And there's the pass to Sabonis. Wants to get it to Turner, and does. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 4. Here's Simmons. That shot is off. Nice D from Oladipo. Now here's Joseph. Defense is right there. Sabonis kicks to Joseph. Screen by Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. A 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game is the first and last of their homestand. McConnell passes to Chandler. Embiid the screen. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Simmons. Gets himself open and drills it. Simmons got 18 points in the game.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer. A dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
Timeout called the Pacers.
You know, when you watch Ben Simmons, he has marvelous talent and all-around ability, but sometimes you can easily focus on what he can't do. He's not a great shooter, so teams do back off of him, but still, this guy is an impact player because he sees the floor, he passes it great, he's a terrific rebounder, and he's got a nice motor.
And Indiana making a change here. Collison's out there. Philadelphia also making some changes. Saric has checked in for T.J. McConnell. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Markelle Fultz.
And Collison has a nice stroke, a quirky release, but never going to pass up the mid-range jumper when it's there for him.
And for Simmons, missing his rookie year due to the injury, but he showed he was worth the wait.
No doubt. And you just don't see players with his skills and his body type come around that often, Kevin. I mean, he started quickly out of the gates and took over the Rookie of the Year award race almost immediately.
Turner trying to free himself up. Sabonis with the bucket.
Yeah, I like Sabonis' game inside because he's confident and skilled.
And Simmons kicks to Redick. High post, Embiid. From 7. Nice touch on the bank shot. He has 6. 1:24 left to play here in the second quarter. Collison against Simmons. They kick out to Oladipo. Turner with a screen on Redick. Back to Collison. Turner with the screen. 4 on the shot clock. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And a miss there on the triple. Left side, Sharge shoots over Turner, and it's Sharge that time on the assist from Covington.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Collison gets to Turner. Dishes it to Oladipo. Throws it from outside. Oladipo's got 13.
He seems to get better every year from outside. Oladipo feeling comfortable pulling the trigger.
Pass to Covington. Embiid the screen. Simmons on the wing. 20 points for him. Again, Philadelphia.
And these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Oladipo outside. 12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. It's good. And the Pacers lead by 3.
Hey, you know what? Once Oladipo gets the hot hand, he knows exactly how to take over because he's a smooth and versatile scorer.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Pacers lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points and 1 steal. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
The thing I like was how they were making a conscious effort to work the ball inside. They should do the same in the second half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whether running the offense through the post, driving it, doesn't matter. Get to the rim, and the rest will take care of itself.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. Second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination, strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's five. Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. Sharge is the 4 with Embiid in the middle. And it's Simmons in at the point guard. Bogdanovich, that one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Covington kicks to Simmons. Back to Covington. Passes it to Redick. Embiid sets the pick for Redick. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Covington's shot is off.
Right, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Here's Collison. And to get open is Bogdanovich. A nice shot by Collison. Collison's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Pacers.
You know, going into the last season, many thought the Pacers were in rebuild mode, but ended up fifth in the East with a fantastic season and strong finish. Saying they overachieved doesn't even begin to describe their season. I think they surprised everybody.
Indiana leading. Outside Turner. Out to the wing. Sabonis, the pass to Oladipo. Sabonis sets the pick for Oladipo. Back to Sabonis. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And there's the foul against Philadelphia. And Domantas Sabonis, the other part of that Paul George trade, Clark, he is proving to be the real deal.
Yeah, he very much is, Kevin. This guy has strength, tenacity, plays with a competitive edge that you like to see. And I think he's got a nice head for the game. He feels and sees and thinks the game pretty well. The one thing I think he's got to get better at, though, is not committing the elementary fouls that get him into foul trouble at times.
Free throw good. Sabonis.
I look at Sabonis as a terrific stretch four. He's a guy who can play either power forward or center, and he has excellent length and a nice touch.
Both good from the line that time. Clark, when you played, you were dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now is evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys or drives, and now with the three-point line, shooting has become a premium. It's really one of the great elements of the game for me, and I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, yeah.
Yeah, great point.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Simmons. Over Collison. Again, Philadelphia.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Outside Collison. Redick against Oladipo. Yes, that goes in. Oladipo's got 17 now.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Covington. He has 7 over Sabonis. It's holding by Collison.
Low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And that one's good. Simmons.
And Simmons is totally comfortable near the rim, using his body well to get the shot he wants.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. Screen by Sabonis. Collison gets a wide open look. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. And 12 points for Darren Collison. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Double by Bogdanovich. Outside, Simmons. Embiid the screen. And Simmons gets to Embiid. 6 to shoot. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Simmons. That one misses. So the Pacers will take it the other way. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Sabonis sets the pick for Bogdanovich. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Bogdanovich, a player who has bounced around the last few seasons.
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy that spaces the floor nicely, Kevin, and he's got a toughness to him that I think was undervalued and underappreciated across the league. He can make shots off the catch and shoot or coming off screens, and he also showed himself to be a better defender than people thought he was.
First one falls for him.
And you know, Bogdanovich played for 10 years in Europe before coming to the NBA. Just now coming into his prime, but he's got a lot of pro experience.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Darren Collison. And Tyreke Evans subbed in for Oladipo. Good on both. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career. Love the connection Simmons has with his teammates. I mean, once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish in style.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Upper Heaven, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Oladipo comes in for Doug McDermott. And it's Collison in for Bogdanovich.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Simmons passes to Chandler, over Evans, and it falls over the rim and in.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
He kicks it to Oladipo. Over in the corner, Turner. Screen by Young. Turner inside. Johnson's there. The shot by Turner, no good. The 76ers trail by 3. Chandler, the pass to Simmons. And good that time. Simmons got 10 points now just in this quarter.
A dependable passer. Chandler doesn't just look to score. I mean, he's also good at finding his open teammate.
And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Johnson with the block. Inside for the lead. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Chandler. 34 points for Ben Simmons. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the 76ers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And that one comes up a bit short. The 76ers have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. For Indiana, they've gone somewhat so far 4-10 on their shots in the second half so far. Oladipo, the pass to Young. Outside Collison. Screen by Young. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Collison's got 15.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. And some changes here for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. Doug McDermott comes in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. And here is Simmons. He's got 34. Just 3 to shoot. Kicks to Fultz. From deep. Rebounded by McDermott. The Pacers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Joseph. And count it. They'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Far from just a jump shooter, Joseph is not shy at getting inside and making it happen there.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Indiana.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside. You know, guys, you think about the 76ers, and anytime you hear people talk about the best young core in the league, the Sixers are mentioned. Embiid and Simmons work well together and can continue to grow together. And when they are healthy, the 76ers are a very dangerous team.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And, you know, Fultz has a nice feel for when to let the mid-range J go. I mean, showing a real desire to make this a deadly part of his game.
Now here's McDermott. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Quinn dishes to McDermott. Young sets a screen for Evans. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play. And with Embiid and Simmons, they are just the start of this great young core.
And I think you can add to that group, Kevin, Fultz and Saric as well. I mean, I think the Sixers did a really nice job collecting and accumulating talent, and it's paid off handsomely. I think they'll be a force for a long time with this group of youngsters, not only if they stay together, but typically when you have that kind of asset base, you can actually make moves that enhance your team as well.
That's good from Evans. And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the initial thrust, Embiid always an option to go to in that low post. They shoot it well from multiple positions. They've got a lot to like offensively.
Now, here's Covington. Guarded closely. The shot by Redick, no good. Pacers leading by 6. Now Joseph. Screen by Young. Now here's Joseph. Guarded by Fultz. Joseph, the pass to Young. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Young's got 5 minutes.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Evans against Redick. Evans inside. Now here's Joseph. Guarded close. Over Fultz. Misses off the right eye. The 76ers trail by 5. Saric attacking. Over Young. Saric, that's good. Saric has got his second basket of the game.
I think the offensive game of Saric is really good and continues to evolve. It's encouraging to see him be aggressive inside.
Evans kicks to Joseph. Back to Evans. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Evans has got 7 points for the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Fultz, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Evans. Saric grabs the board. Saric has got 3 rebounds now in this one. He dishes it to Fultz. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Pass to Embiid. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. 2 on the clock. Here's Fultz.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
Off the inbound, no good. And Young slams it home.
And you know what? When it comes to alley-oop, you are better at finishing than Thaddeus Young.
56 seconds left to play here in the third. Embiid the screen. Now the pass to Covington. To the paint. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. The shot from the low post is good. Embiid's got 8 points.
Get Embiid the ball and he goes to work, especially that close to the basket.
Evans against Redick. Picked by O'Quinn. Evans with it. He's got 17. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's Indiana.
I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Now, here's Fultz. He's covered by Joseph. Now, here's Fultz. Fades. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Embiid. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Pacers. They're up by 5. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime drop in there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The 76ers trail by 5. Sabonis is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Tyreek Evans. Then there's Oladipo. And it's O'Quinn in at the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Chandler. They set the pick. Pass to Moscala. Off target with his 3. Pacers leading by 5. Oladipo outside. Fades. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's McConnell. To the inside. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by McConnell. McConnell's got his 5th assist in this one. Pacers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Evans passes to O'Quinn. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Evans. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Friday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. On defense, Indiana. 3-point lead. Fultz kicks to McConnell. On the wing, Chandler. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Pacers leading by 3. Picked by O'Quinn. Oladipo outside. Passes it to Sabonis. Lets it go from 14. And the jumper is good. Evans has got 11 points here in just the second half. The 76ers trail by 5. Fultz the pass to Moscala. Fultz kicks to McConnell. They set the pick. Back to Fultz. Johnson the screen. Pocket 6. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Oh, so good, Kevin, at utilizing the screen and roll. I mean, he knows how to get a little separation, and when he does, he's a scoring threat.
Now, here's O'Quinn. Back to Oladipo. side, Bogdanovich. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Fultz kicks to Chandler. Down low. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 4 points at the basket from Muscala.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Now, here's Oladipo. To the middle. He's looking for O'Quinn and finds him. Sabonis sets the pick for Evans. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Evans has got 4 points in the quarter.
And how about the confidence from Evans? He's feeling like no one can stop him playing with a ton of heart.
Now, here's Fultz. Chandler outside. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Evans passes to O'Quinn. Indiana moving the ball. Evans kicks to Sabonis. Basket counts. Sabonis has got the lead up to 8 now for the Pacers.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Muscala pass to McConnell. They set the screen. Pass to Fultz. Shot from the top of the key. Sabonis grabs the ball.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than anybody's can, so that great ball movement and decision-making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Without question, Tyreke Evans displaying his skills today.
I think that's a critical timeout too, Kevin. I mean, they need to find a way to slow him down, shut him down, because he's tearing them apart right now.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's Collison in for Bogdanovich. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Simmons is checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back.
The pass to Evans. Here's the floater. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Fultz kicks to Simmons. Young with the steal. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. Evans left side. The shot's good. Collison making the play. That's 29 points for Tyreke Evans.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint. Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Now here's Simmons. They set the pick. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. 5 to shoot. Chandler against Evans, and he comes up with the deuce.
An experienced player who's used to shooting under pressure. I mean, Chandler doesn't mind sticking it to the defense.
Oladipo outside. Turner with the screen. Oladipo, good. Oladipo's got 19 points.
And the way Oladipo handles himself from inside is commendable. I mean, actually, it's tremendous. He does a nice job utilizing the strength that he has.
Now here's Simmons. And here's Fultz. Takes a shot at the elbow. He can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 10. Evans with it. Now Chandler defending. Evans passes to Turner. Now Evans. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. Some changes for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. And it's Bogdanovich in for Evans. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Muscala. Sharch comes in for Johnson. Robert Covington's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Fultz.
Good display of selflessness there from Turner. I mean, giving himself up so he can get a teammate a high percentage shot.
Simmons on the wing. He's covered by Collison. That one good for 2. 6 points for Dario Saric.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Sabonis. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Simmons got his 3rd rebound tonight. Redick is in the corner. Embiid dishes to Simmons. And it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And Simmons kicks to Redick. Embiid with the screen on Oladipo. Simmons inside. He's covered by Collison. Charge a screen on Collison. Here's Simmons. It's tipped out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers trail by 12. Knocked loose. Pass to Redick. He kicks it to Simmons. Embiid the screen. And Simmons gets the bucket. Simmons got 14 points now in the second half.
Boy, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
There's a good screen. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Philadelphia on D. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Pacers with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Good on the shot.
And when Collison is cooking with grease or gas, he stays aggressive. Good at getting into a rhythm.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tyreke Evans.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He took charge tonight, and it was just that type of breakout performance they needed. As they try to shake out of the slump they've been in, they'll be hoping he has more nights in him just like this one. Knocks it loose. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Ball's knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. Oladipo against Redick. Oladipo misses. The 76ers trail by 10. Fires for 3. The rebound by Turner. Covington against Bogdanovich. Down low. Here's Sabonis. And it's blocked.
This is exactly what they want from Charlotte. I mean, more aggression on the defensive end. And he gets himself in position there and makes a play.
Passes it to Embiid. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Oladipo, good.
Well, the floater is one of the most beautiful shots in the game. And when used correctly, Victor Oladipo showing that he's got that shot down pat.
Now here's Embiid. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Turner with the screen. Here's Collison. That one's rebounded by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 10. Sharp dishes to Simmons. Covington passes to Simmons. And the lead is down inside single digits. Simmons got 40 points.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Here's Collison. Down and drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid W. Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
Pass to Sabonis. The try by Collison, and he hits it to go. And the Pacers lead by 10.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. A great team know how to close it out.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 10. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Sharp. Sabonis grabs the board.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
6 on the shot clock. Sabonis sets the pick for Oladipo. Lays it up and banks it in.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent pick.
Yeah, no let up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just look pretty good. We played great together. You know, we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.